place will happen here. And it translates into opportunities, job for people, opportunities for Liberians. MCC projects gives jobs to people. So let's hope for that.
Nobody will hold me. Anything you want to say about me, you will say about me. You can call about the step here today. Nobody will hold me. The army will not hold me. The police will not hold me. Nobody will hold me. Most of you that were calling me, you saw I called on my phone, right? Right after the live, I caught it on my phone again. I'm still parading. The program will go peacefully and it will pass. You can call about the step different time. When he in Montreal, he cursing. I can't talk to him. Because when he was cursing the last time, I didn't stop him from cursing. I don't have the moral strength to stand from, you gotta say, oh, don't call Mr. Bwaka and what have you. I will be hypocritical. I will be definitely hypocritical because when he was cursing the last time, I didn't go to advise him, even though he and myself close through his wife. But I did not stop him. So I can't stop him now. I can't go to his old reggae, slow down your cursing. That's not my style. Anybody who know me know I'm not a hypocrite. And you know I don't give vain threats if you know me. So you who know Yeke, you love him, you tell him that he's disturbing, he's causing. Thank God the county leadership, security-wise, have responded, and they are every junction now, and his convoy is hiding. I got my intel that he waiting for the program to be going on for him to rush there. Myself too, I came to the program. I just came to make sure that the old man and his wife get a better burial. So I around the town.
You think you can make me scared? You for war. As I'm making out for war. And fighting one people back one will hell it. So you kill people, you are not wrong for killing them. Because want to see you fight or kill you. I have not discussed you. You see what I bring the problem, right? I don't discuss people, they don't want to start with me. When I start, they don't say you get a problem. I think I ever come on again. And we right enjoying ourselves. We come and go back to my mirror here to go enjoy ourselves, right? I pop on again, and here one calling money. One nigga waiting for you come. Come, I beg you. Don't waste out. Don't let me leave for you before you do that, man. I don't get here like in the market. Or I see you was slapping. I spent 1 week in Nima running cafe. You know, slapping. I spent 1 week in Nima going from play to play. But when he knew that I left you, one naked, I respect as my in-law. But if you want to take advantage of it, it will not be all right. Because I'm supposed to be here. This is a country. There's nothing in the constitution that bans me from going to any country of this country. And I challenge you, one naked. If the thing they put talking at two, please come. I don't narrow community, please come, waiting for you. When you hear me and my man going back to my hill, how can they play? Come. Hey, you won't call for room, I want to see you. I beg you, please make a play. If I'm not leaving Nigeria tomorrow, let me assure the people of this country. I want to leave Nigeria today to go to River G and go to Maryland. But I will be in Nigeria up to tomorrow. Because of what they said, I don't know. I don't want to believe it. But I want to give him more time. I don't want to be run and say, oh, but the man get all the man run away. The thing they put up, but you're not believing it, yeah? But because of what they put said, I will leave tomorrow. I will sleep here again and leave Nigeria tomorrow. What about you? You want something and boss it?
You should tell God thank you that you get an honorable man, so honorable, then they're not even living in the district. But since I won this election, since 2018, I never slept in no other district. I live in the middle of the swamp where during the rain season, water enter in my house, but I can't stay go because I say I'm there for my people. And the best thing as a leader, the best thing you can do is to stand for your people and identify with your people. Whether it's good or bad, always be with them. That's why I'm silent in the district the past 7 months. No one said any negative thing about me because they know what I can do and what I continue to do.
Chimamo Jumbo. Yes.
Yeah, so what happened?
I came here for a job. Someone sent me to him.
Who?
Moses tell him. Yes, they sent me to him for a job. When I came to see the only way he would give me the job, I said he sleep with me. And the only way he would ever give me the job. So I go gosh, anytime I have for work, he will not call me inside. He said the thing I want for me. I do before I start with it. I said I get my children into the house. They need to go to school. I just said to the Lord, nothing to do. So I was just forced to get myself to him, but it was not.
So you slept with him?
He slept with me.
Who's the Muslim teller Wulinga?
He's like HR.
HR.
Foreign HR? Yeah.
So you had to sleep with Moses because of job?
Yeah, Moses slept with me for a job.
Where you slept at? No, people see you about.
We slept in the security factory.
In the security factory?
Yes.
He called
So,
you?
Yes. So even after we slept and he gave me the job, so I decided to tell him, say that the relationship is so. because you married. So let it be. So he said, once I'm in the business here, if I want for the relationship to be so, then which means he will take me from out of job. And on and on about sacking people like ever, he can sack any hour, any minute. So I say, I will at first so I can't lose my job. So I be bearing it. The fourth one, you know, enter, I decided to tell him I need a relationship. So I told him one management and I need a relationship with him. I keep testing for him. But each time when I come into work, he will wait for me. On the road, he will ask me for him myself to go sleep. I tell him, say he will move for him. So the guy that next to him, they call him Joseph Blake. He asked Joseph Blake to take me for him myself to go. But I tell him, say he should move for him. So I will not give him it. On April 29, because it's 30 days, the 29 of April, he asked me. I tell him, say no. So I came to work on second shift. So the person the police the they hire the police, she clean the bill. So I was asking my supervisor, so my God, I said, oh my God, why did they hire like me? Why you keep on the Isa? Then the one I don't know the well, I never keep on Isa. Yeah, what made me say, I'm going in the morning for they hire like me? Well, Isa. So I decided to leave. When I was working the lady now, she asked the same question, so I left me. I started working. While working, he came to me with a joke. I said, today you teach me also, I'm going to no joke for you. I left me. After I finished working, when I went on the washer, working on the washer, I saw him and the women pour the king. Then they asked me, I someone to already go clean on Tiana. Such a Marco. Tiana, the person in the bathroom and make it clean on Tiana. Speaking the different person, they tell me to go on Tiana.
We give God a glory for the difference of the rescue mission to rescue this country from the hands of the outgoing real regime and his gang. We look forward to a very prospective, positive 2024.
175 persons, that is not true. There are more public officials who have declared their assets, and the information that was given by LACC was not true. As to the specifics, I can get back to you on this one, but I can tell you for sure that it is not 75 persons. And as to what the president is going to do, of course, the president did, as you remember, during one of our press conferences, we did talk about president's reminder to the public officials. And again, he has consistently reminded them, but he will be taking up some decisions. And there is a planned cabinet meeting or retreat coming up very soon, and there are some actions that the president is expected to take. And he also is encouraging all public officials to go and declare their assets, because this is part of what, and he also is encouraging all public officials to go and declare their assets. And he also is encouraging all public officials to go and declare their assets, because this is part of what he's for.
Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Do you argue that? Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Do you argue that? Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia. Do you argue that?
Pressure on the old man so that he can give her the goals, and then they will assume criminally the democratically elected seat of our republic, that is the presidency. The presidency of this republic has been desecrated. They are believing to put more pressure on the old man so that he can give her the goals, and then they will assume criminally the democratically elected seat of our republic, that is the presidency.
He's 23 years older than George Weah. Now, is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Walker is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen. Joseph Boakai is an old, frail, and weak, unpatriotic, questionable citizen of the Republic of Liberia.
Are believing to put more pressure on the old man so that he can give her the goods, and then they will assume criminally the democratically elected seat of our republic, that is the presidency. The presidency of this republic has been desecrated, and I'm hoping that will not continue in that vein. But I can say to anybody, it is our prayers that President Boakai will go beyond 2029, and even 2039, he will go beyond that. It is our prayers and hope that the Almighty God will keep him, because they are agents, they are demons at the doors of this country that are willing to put this country back into a bloodshed. The only hope we have is God to protect the life of Joseph Boakai until he can save the term power in 2029, which I know he will do honorably.
I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I am deliberately saying it.
It's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a ball. Legislatively, he's a ball. Legislatively, he's a ball.
I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I am deliberately saying it.
It's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a ball. Legislatively, he's a ball. Legislatively, he's a ball.
I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I am deliberately. I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I'm saying this to the president of Liberia and his gang. When you behave as a gangster, you are a gang. I am deliberately saying it.
It's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a ball. Legislatively, he's a ball. It's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a ball. Legislatively, he's a ball. Legislatively, it's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a ball. Legislatively, he's a ball. Legislatively, it's very divisive. If I call the senator board, the senator call us who support Joe, we are gangs. You should be happy that I'm calling a ball. Legislatively, he's a ball.
And you never allow anybody to make you feel stupid in life. No. If you allow that, then you are stupid. If you allow it, then truly you are stupid. Martin Luther King said, do not allow anybody to make you feel that you do not count. You must believe in yourself, that you are somebody, that you are significant, that you are resourceful. You must walk the streets of life every day with a sense of dignity and a sense of somebodyness. Oh, yes, that's true. Bernie Spear, too, is right. They want to make us think we are stupid, but we aren't. Yeah. So it's Friday. It's more of therapy, or the broadcast more therapeutic. That means we spice it with some other issues. So we've got a couple of things on our plate. Hope that all of you are doing good this morning. Yes. And you're checking on Israel, Liberia. The boy in broadcast. Me share months anyway, then we'll go, yeah? Then we'll start. You understand the broadcast atmosphere. And when you hear the people say radio is deceptive, they are speaking from a cultural standpoint. Not that the radio is deceiving, but it means the culture. The people only be excited, motivated when you're on the air. They can hear you. So they'll say, oh, please do that for me, please do that for me. Let something happen to you. They can hear you the first time, the second time, forget it. They even want to know as if you didn't exist. That's how you look in Liberia. That's a deception there. Nobody got time for you. Nobody will say, Oh, your people gave me Israel normal, man. 3 days now, I hear Israel on the air. Even if they hear the person saying this person is not feeling well or this person has gone to the place, it ain't important to them. The friendship is only when you're on the air. That is why people are very careful. LIB culture. Janet too sick. Janet, we thank God Almighty. God first. We are grateful to God. Janet and her daughter had a terrible accident. Had it not been for God, then you hear that King's FM is bereaved. Coming from up Ducal, taking her daughter to school, the keke somersaulted. Terrible. We are grateful to God. God was hovering them. He really saved them. Can you imagine the keke somersaulted, rolling down, just like when tire rolling? That is the reason you have not heard for days Janet on the radio. Nobody will raise concern. Oh, we're not hearing Janet. What happened? Want to know. Nobody get that. When you're on the radio, hey, forget it. The same way when people not hearing me for 1-2 days, they ain't got time. The boy only concerned about you in our culture when you're on the air. Yeah. When you're on the air, forget it. Oh. Hey, you the everything. They will give you the best of all praises. They will put title on you. They will say all good things about you. Praise you. But be off the radio 1-2 times. Hey, forget it, man. The next person out there, that person they deal with. They say your contract over. Yeah. So Israel sick. We talked last night, and from the way he was talking, you could tell that it is serious. Yeah. And Jenna is battling. She's going through a treatment. She and her daughter almost died. Imagine keke somersaulted and rolling down the hill. It takes God. Only God can save the people. Only God. Only God. Duco, that had the Masonic craft area, that place beside the embassy, that road is sloping. So anything that loses control, coming down, rolling. The keke was rolling just like you standing over a hill and you just release the football. How it will run down with speed, uncontrollably. The people had to run bravely, able-bodied men to hold the keke. Can you imagine those guys? They risked their lives too. They risked their life when they saw the keke somersaulting, rolling, and people in the keke. That Jenna, the driver, and her daughter in a you see how God can work? Less than no time, where the guys came from, only God knows. They ran and positioned themselves, strongly resisting the keke from going further. They took risks to save a life. You see it? You see how God can work? So we are grateful that our two beloved colleagues are recovering gradually. Israel, but we are seeing, and Janet. You all know how to get through to them. You want to reach out to them, just your sympathy. It is medicina. It is medicine. You reach out and say sorry. I can see why for 3 days we've not heard you on the radio. For 4, 5, almost a week, we have not heard Janet on the radio. And that psychologically will do for them. It is also medicine. It's not easy. Every day that comes, you don't know what will happen. Nobody knows the future. I'm sitting here communicating with you. I do not know year after what will happen. To me, it could be positive, it could be negative. No one knows. Everybody leaving their houses from where they are, they don't know. Nobody, everybody, some way, somehow, getting in vehicle, be it private, commercial, moving from one end to another with the plan in place. No one knows, only God. And that is why he urged us not to boast of the future. He said, do not brag of tomorrow, for you do not know what tomorrow brings. But every day, hope that you sail through the day with his grace. That's why you pray. The Bible did not say nothing will happen, but he said we do not know the future. And we should not boast of it, because you wake up in the morning, you have all of the plans in the night. You and your family will sit down and make your plan, lay out the plan. We're doing this, we're doing that. The boss will lay out the plan, say, when I come back in the morning, I will do this, I will complete this unfinished business. The woman say, when I go at the business center, this is what I'm going to do. Everybody makes plan. But we do not know whether we achieve that plan or complete it. Only God knows. It is based on that he tells us not to boast of the future. And since today is Friday, just a caution. God will not say anything without giving example. That's how we're looking in the Bible. So when he said that, then he gave us an example of the guys who were Jews and they got converted to Christianity, having heard the message. But because they were still carnal, they felt that they had money, position, and every other thing. So they said, nah, we can decide the future. We can decide our own future. We can decide how much we make, because they were business people. They were top business people like what we have today. They say, oh, no need now. We can, when we mark time, we decide what to do. In summary, they say, we need God. We will decide the future. And as we decide the future, this is what we will get. This is what we will do. It is based on that when James saw all their carnalities, so that led him to say, what is your life? And then he described what life is. He said it is like a vapor. In a twinkling of an eye, it gone. Just like you hear people say, I've heard a couple of times, they say, don't tell me that the fellow that were here, the man just now, we're just talking, don't tell me that I meant that. Don't tell me. You have heard that, right? You have heard that from people. Say, don't tell me that thing. You see, they just go emotional. Don't tell me that thing. Don't tell me that thing. Me and the man were just standing here, China, and the man just said, you say the man, don't tell me. That James 4 there, James 4:14, that it right there. No one knows the future. No one absolutely knows the future. So James said, what is your life? You say you guys are going to mark places. You guys going to make profit. You guys going to do everything on your own. No problem, you can go. But the only thing I can advise you, say instead, if God permit, meaning that God get a future. You hear people in Liberia, they say, oh, we're going back now, we're going to spend 3 days there, we're going to do that, we're going to do that. You know, at the end of the day, something happened. So Don't be boasting of the future. Not that all we know, only God knows. Every day that comes, we are happy. Yeah, that all. But nobody knows, only God knows. And nobody is immune from illness. Pastor, minister, president, journalist, Yanabo, market people, business people, everybody on earth, nobody is immune from illness. Nobody. Illness is supernatural. God put it as part of our existence. But when you show don't care attitude, you treating yourself when something happened to you, just like most of the Pentecostal people can do. They say you're sick. Then they say go to the hospital, let the doctor treat you. Say, oh, that's my portion. They say, I will not die premature death. When the Pentecostal, most of the Pentecostal people, when they say that, I get laugh. But the very God in his word, he showed up great men of God, highly anointed, they died from illness. Elisha died from illness. And why did God put it there? Because Elisha refused to do what he needed to have done so that he would live. It is not because you man of God or you woman of God or God say the person is my servant, so when the person is sick, I will go and treat the person. That's not true. God can treat you. You treat yourself. If you do anything funny, you go. Okay. Just a caution to every one of us, yeah? So, let's get to the issues we've got. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it on this 5th day of August 2025. Great day, great morning, motivated, excited, enthusiastic, spirited. And say, me by me loves. I'm by me, a good man. Yeah, you know, we get live when we're coming to certain issues. That can be where Israel laughs more. They even know that you coming to something. Because you already know what I say when it be last more. Like me by the way, just know say something coming. Oh, confusion in a camp, fire in a camp. It's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. From the beginning, it was merry-go-round. We're enjoying themselves. But right now, as the beginner can say in Liberia, it's shade. Meaning, things not working. Things are bad off. Whole day, every day, we can hear our ear. FBI will never be the same. FBI will never be the same. Nothing coming into this country for this government. Bwaka messed everything up from the beginning. Everything you're hearing, I've always said to you, is rhetoric. Things rough. The people, the international community just don't take their money and dash it on Liberia because Liberia is the only country existing on earth and they are under obligation. Yeah, I don't know, but I think you can call Israel, his internet is on. I don't know it is right to give his number. I don't think so. But you can call, just go on the internet, just put Israel. What we are seeing, you see it. You can call him on the internet. I don't think I should give out their numbers. So that's why when the person, so you don't even get people number, you don't even get our number yet. So when something happens and I say, please get a number, please get a number, go on the internet. Yeah. Frederick, thanks for the concern. You want to reach out to Israel and Janet. They are all on the internet. You just put Janet, Jenneh, Israel. You just put someone before you can complete spelling or putting in Israel, it will appear. That's how the internet looks. If you find in St. Andrews, once you put the SA, all the same will come down. Then you'll see the person because the image is there. And once you die, it will go just like when you're calling normally. Will go through. Confusion in a camp, things high, not easy, it's rough. That means supposed to be carrying make a press conference live. That FBS supposed to be carrying. And what he used to say, that means supposed to campaign for CDC while Eugene Fagon eating lobster. That means supposed to campaign for CDC while Fina Bono. And what our man used to say, Eugene Fagon, that how he play on Unity Party. He used them, he cajoled them. Then they put him on board. Then he went on spoon talk. Then he started blasting, cussing we are, saying all kinds of things. They gave him FBS job. He know the job. FBS director don't boast, they don't brag. That area is purely technical. All of the guys that have gone and served over there, they use the creativity and innovation to keep that place afloat. They weren't on Facebook showcasing. They weren't leaving the LDS Director General office to do Facebook podcasts defending government officials, defending president. No, they, as per the act of LBS, doing what was required of them. You hardly saw any of those LBS directors on Facebook doing this, reacting to this, cursing this person, doing that, because this man, yeah, he know the man is not a journalist. The man did not go through the routine. So he is more political, a propagandist. So he spends more time defending government officials that can defend themselves, saying awful things about other people, then he can focus on transforming, as they say, LBS. So every day he on, LBS will never be the same. LBS will never be the same. He does not have the innovation. The contact is not there because they put you there. It's just like you have this place. You are responsible to use your innovation, creativity, and contact to transform it. That's how it is looking. When a task is given to you, it means they trust your creativity, your innovation, your contact, and every other thing. So they look up to you to take it to another level. Before Estelle and then Ledger who, the guys, they were talking with partners here and there. They were bringing creativity to the floor. They were having meetings. They were discussing with top brass around the world about FBS. They took FBS from one level to another. They were not on Facebook bragging. FBS will never be the same. FBS will never be the same. Anybody who you hear brags a lot, that person has absolutely no vision. A vision person talks less, act appropriately because he wants to get his vision in action and achieved his goal so that he's credited by the people. The man does not know how to even source funding for LBS 24/7. The man on his Facebook podcast, FBS will never be the same. FBS will never be the same. He thinks saying that he throwing talk at CDC. When all the CDC persons or all of those that we are appointed during his reign as Director General of LBS, they were exceptional. They left indelible imprint, good legacy at LBS. Ledger who will move from one end to another, bring creativity to the table, seek external assistance, not solely and only relying on China logistical support. Then when Ledger who left, Estelle took over. She took LBS, she built on the legacy left by Ledger who read it. Before then, you had Len Eugene number, he was there? No. He was at information. But see what they did over there. They were not on Facebook. What he did, which has caused confusion between his own booty, the man who made him to go to FBS, the man who went to Boaka and convinced Boaka why Eugene Fagon should go to FBS, his own man, information minister, Jeremy Pia, he's now telling Pia that, look, going forward, we're not going to cover live. We're not going to give any live coverage to the Ministry of Information press briefing. Why? He said, no money. FBS struggling. Imagine that the director general of FBS saying this. Besides this weakling of a regime, no sound regime other than this one will keep Eugene Fagon there saying this. What is it that he's lacking? That LBS will be facing financial constraints. He has suspended all the live coverage of the information ministry. He said because of financial constraints. Financial constraint means no money. No money at FBS. So it wouldn't be a surprise when you hear people not going to work or protest, demanding pay. Already he has created that autocratic scene at LBS. He alone is the boss. He alone should cut all of the shots. And he alone should take all the praises. So he stopped everything. There's the confusion now between he and Pia. His own man, his booty. That Pia gave him a job. Pia gave him a job. Pia made sure that he got that information ministry job. When Boaka took the oath of office, what happened? There was this, the man was behind Pia 24/7 as best ball. Every now and then, every little event that Pia will be having, you see Eugene Fagon there sitting inside Pia. Pia go this way, he there. Pia go the other way, he there. Everything. We were just sticking on Pia. Because Pia was told the president to give him a job. Fortunately for him, he got the job. Even at his confirmation hearing, the people did not want to confirm him. Senator Snow felt that the man does not have the academic requisite for the job. Snow questioned him over and over. And what did Snow say? Snow said, but you get associate degree in there, you get associate degree in there, you get associate degree in there. Nothing relating to communication. And the place you're going is a technical area from communication perspective, which requires a lot more of a professional journalist or communicator. So how you want us to confirm you as the director? He and Snow had it off for almost 5 minutes. Snow was not satisfied. But in Liberian culture, everybody knows everybody. Everybody feels for everybody. So that's why they look into it and say, let the man go. When he took over, less than no time, he brought confusion amongst the staff. You know that. You heard that. It reached the president. He turned around to Pia and said, my man, we giving you no courage. You're not paying us. No money coming. We're facing financial constraints. The man who said FBI will never be the same. It's rough. The beginning can say it's shade. I see you on that one. That A there. Didn't Gafwan tell us when when this thing came out, didn't our man say that it's going to be a week? A week. He said it was going to be just a week. That's what he said. He said it was going to be just a week. And after that, something was going to happen. Didn't he say it?
Not reached the stage where we had signed with the American government or compact agreement. A compact agreement comes after a constraints analysis is done. Projects are identified in the various sectors. You'll be clear on the sectors that will benefit, the amounts, and everything. At that point, the dollars and cents will be known. As I said, it will be significant. It could be lower than 500 million. It could be much higher than 500. It could be lower than 500 million. The dollars and cents will be known. As I said, it will be significant. Point. The dollars and cents will be known. As I said, it will be significant. Known. As I said, it will be significant. It could be lower than 500 million. It will be significant. It could be lower than 500 million. It could be much higher than 500 million. As I said, it will be significant. It could be lower than 500 million. It could be much higher than 500 million. From the time of it could be lower than 500 million. It could be much higher than 500 million. Significant. It could be lower than 500 million. It could be much higher than 500 million. From the time of the signing of the compact agreement, when projects are identified, the implementation period, I think that's where it starts. But my technical folks, they are always good on facts and figures. Liberia was declared eligible for a second compact December 2024. Sierra Leone. We were declared eligible in December. They were ahead of us, far ahead of us. We are runners here. We were on the HIPIC track where we achieved nearly 5 billion in debt cancellation for the country. From the decision point to completion point, we took just 2 years. And that was historic. It was the first time any country had achieved that. Liberia was fast, and Liberia can be fast. And so we will move quicker. We hope that next week, when the board meets, it will give the green light so that the play button can be pressed. And then we recruit the necessary meet. It will give the next week when the board meets. It will give next week when the board meets. It will give the green light when the board meets. It will give the green light that next week when the board meets. It will give the green light so that the play button can be pressed. At next week when the board meets, it will give the green light so that the play button can be pressed. That next week when the board meets, it will give the green light so that the play button can be pressed. At next week when the board meets, it will give the green light so that the play button can be pressed. Next week when the board meets, it will give the green light so that the play button can be pressed. And then we recruit the necessary personnel quickly because the applications are all in. They are all on pause also. So when they press play on that side, many other plays will happen here. And it translates into opportunities, job for people, opportunities for Liberians. MCC projects gives jobs to people. So let's hope for that.
Gaffan said that everything, he put everything on the week that was ahead when he gave that conference. That week has passed. We are headed into the second week. Nothing has happened with this MCC stuff that they flooded Facebook with. Every government official, 500 million, breaking news, good news, MCC, 500 million, because the Minister of Information went on without any validation of what he heard, because he feels that they should prove a point to the opposition. And that's what Class Reloaded is all about. So it has lost its essence. People are getting tired with it now because they come and just give lies. Nothing is happening. From the very first day they organized or set up Class Reloaded, everything they say on the show, nothing happened. So they are getting tired. You know that people don't take you serious. They don't even want to hear you when you're just talking, and they are saying no concrete action, nothing coming out. So they are tired. They know within themselves that things are just not happening. They embarrass the Minister of Finance. And let's say, thank you. Gafwan is the only person that, as far as we know, when they come up with their lies, they try to put it in a propaganda perspective. He will come out and say, we have not. It is not true. The flooded, you see how these guys are? You see how they're not mature? Somebody says something. There is a man who calls himself educator, communicator. Here is a man who is the Minister of Information, who is the last person or is the only person that clarifies, like what Gafwan did. That is one of the significant roles of the Minister of Information. Even if his boss, the president, falters, he comes to clarify, like we see from information ministers regionally, Europe and America. He said that the MCC approved the 500 million and it was coming. Gafwan went, embarrassingly, had to say what he said. Gafwan was not too sure because he knows that nothing like that is actually happening. So he just came out with something creatively to say, Liberia, yes, honestly, we have not. We're doing this, we're doing that. By next week, when the board meets, something, the amount could be 500 million, it could be less than 500 million. When you hear that, the person is only being rhetorical, the person isn't sure, because this thing came out from the information minister and everybody ran with it embarrassingly. So he said, let me go in and do the clearinghouse. Let me go and clear the air, but I will have to do it in a way that I will not be disrespectful or demeaning my fellow cabinet colleagues. We're going in 2 weeks. Gavin told us the following week the people were meeting and the amount could be 500 million. It could be less than 500 million. Where we are today, have you heard anything? Nothing. Nothing. There's no war in the country. There's nothing. Everything working fine with the government atmospherically. Nobody protesting here and there. Because these are things that they would say are discouraging investors. So nobody doing anything. The country is peaceful. The country is sound. The country is healthy. But nothing is happening. Then you want to ask yourself what happened. Is it a curse that the government is cursed? Because people avoid going to a country to do this, not wanting to do business with the government of the day because they see this, they see that, they are afraid or they are cautious. But nothing happening. The country is normal, peaceful. We are going into the second year. Nothing happening. From the very first day till now, nothing concrete. The overhead bridge they talk about, what happened is stalled. Window shopping for 285 machines after you announced that 285 machines were already given. You paraded with some, though I didn't see, but I heard some people. They say, oh, the paraded with some. Then I heard the president saying, if the people can accept the goodwill If they're raising technical issues, then the man who gave the machines will have to take them back. Only to hear months after that the president instructed his vice president to conclude the arrangement or to renegotiate, not conclude, but renegotiate, which didn't make sense. Sometimes you wonder whether President Bouhaka can understand what he's saying. Or people just because he's the president. So, and I think that's how it is. To renegotiate means you already have agreement in place. It is either the agreement has been completed by execution of both parties and you want to get it back on the table, or there is a hitch in the agreement, either parties not satisfied with certain thing or one party isn't satisfied. So you go back. That going back to talk, it's that means you're going back to continue where you were because you have one or two problems, so the arrangement stall. That's what renegotiation is. You Google it. You have smartphone or Google it. So the president said 285 machines came. We saw all those things. Couple of months, Unity Party people flooded because it said Bouhaka instructed the vice president to renegotiate. Was that something to run with, be excited about? You want to wonder, what are some of these Unity Party people the normal? No disrespect, and I'm not mixing my words. How can I be excited running on my Facebook page as publicity that the president instructed Vice President Jeremiah Kun to renegotiate the 285 machines? Is that an achievement? I thought you should be excited when you have the 285 machines in the country, but you hailing instruction, flimsy instruction, on substance instruction. When I see these things on social media, I see how they respond. I wonder, what are they actually understand English? What are they normal? How can I be excited for instruction? My literacy will tell me to wait for the outcome of the instruction. How it comes out positively, then I can express my excitement. But my literacy tells me that it makes no sense to be excited running around because the boss gave an instruction. What did it lead to? Here we are, nothing. They said they want to do 285 machines. You know what they were hoping on? Here's the connection. There's 500 million. Having 500 million can do pretty close to 80, 85, even 90% for a country. 500 million developmentally. Substantial amount. So it looks like the lay info that was flowing around the corridor, they took advantage of it without validating it to check properly. 500 million. They start putting it on their Facebook pages. I challenge you, go to all those government officials' pages or page. Check for the 500 million they were posting. You will not see it, they deleted all. Why did they delete it? They realized that they lie. Not only that, but they did not do any validation. Only an illiterate person doesn't do validation. Validation is onto everybody. Validation is to check what you have heard, what you have seen, what you are reading, whether it is true. You go beyond it, you check it. They call themselves educated people, and they can be teaching us. When I say teaching us, means they bring the fool off themselves. They say, oh, journalists should not just report. Journalists should do a background check. Journalists should investigate. That the same thing. Validation. When you say validation, you're saying investigation. When you say investigation, you say meaning you check it to know whether it is true or not before you can put it out. So how can people who are educated, as they claim, somebody just said the government will get 500 million, then they ran with it on all their pages, only for the Minister of Finance to come and say, that is not true. That is not true. Then he had to find a way to fine-tune it. To fine-tune it, let me use a word, the right description for it, sophistry, meaning that you know it is a lie you are putting out, but you design that lie in a way that the people will see it as true, but consciously within yourself, you know it's not true. It is a creative way of putting out lies. You polish it in a way that they'll say, oh yeah, this is true. So Gafwan had to do it that way. Then he said, the board is meeting next week to make a decision. And that decision, the amount will be either 500 million or less than 500 million. We've gone 2 weeks since he made that. Nothing. We've gone 2 weeks since Gafwan gave that press conference. The week that was ahead has passed. This is the second in the week that he talked about. August is about to end. Nothing. The government just had a bad, misguided, uncoordinated PR. They condemned their predecessors yesterday for a bad PR. The same thing today. Every minister wants to speak. PR must portray himself as the only one who knows it all. While Daniel Sano alongside him cursing everybody. Where we are with that, nothing is happening. Nothing. We hope that the American government can see reason so that they can have the amount, because it was not going into their pockets. It will be the development for the development of the country. Provided the government of the United States know that they have achieved those benchmarks. But from a developmental standpoint or development standpoint, that will be good. But they'll have to stop this line. I said, and let me say again, in governance, you can't prove, the ruling establishment cannot prove a point to the opposition, because the opposition has got absolutely nothing but to capitalize on all those excesses and failures and every other thing and use them against to get you out. And that's what United Party did against CDC. You can prove a point to the opposition. No, you can't. It is not for you to prove a point to the opposition. It's for you to fulfill your campaign promises. Everything that Mr. President said, you don't see nothing working. Nothing. He himself is embarrassed. He's shamed. He started with this grudge, going after people, putting them in jail, and just screaming over the place, we build Liberia, we fix this country, fixing the country on hate, on grudge, on malice, on exclusion and division. Here we are. Nothing is happening. That 500 million. So Gafwan just try to fine-tune it that way so that it will be saying that, yes, everything is still on course. Nothing is on course yet. Nothing absolutely is on course. Nothing. Nothing.
Not reached the stage where we have signed with the American government or compact agreement. A compact agreement comes after a constraints analysis is done, projects are identified in the various sectors. You'll be clear on the sectors that will benefit, the amounts and everything. At that point, the dollars and cents will be known. As I said, it will be significant. It could be lower than 500 million. It could be much higher than 500 million. From the time of the signing of the compact agreement, when projects are identified, the implementation period, I think that's where it starts. But my technical folks, they are always good on facts and figures. Liberia was declared eligible for second compact December 2024. Sierra Leone. We were declared eligible in December. They were ahead of us, far ahead of us. We are runners here. We were on the HIPIC track where we achieved nearly 5 billion in debt cancellation for the country. From the decision point to completion point, we took just 2 years. And that was historic. It was the first time any country had achieved that. Liberia was fast, and Liberia can be fast. And so we will move quicker. We hope that next week, when the board meets, they will give the green light so that the play button can be pressed. And then we recruit the necessary personnel quickly because the applications are all in. They are all on pause also. So when they press play on that side, many other plays will happen. We achieved nearly 5 billion in debt cancellation for the country. From the decision point to completion point, we took just 2 years. And that was historic. It was the first time any country had achieved that. Liberia was fast, and Liberia can be fast. And so we will move quicker. We hope that next week, when the board meets, they will give the green light so that the play button can be pushed quicker. We hope that next week, when the board meets, they will give the green light so that the play button can be pressed. So we will move quicker. We hope that next week, when the board meets, they will give the green light so that the play button can be pressed. So we will move quicker. We hope that next week, when the board meets, they will give the green light so that the play button can be pressed. And then we recruit the necessary personnel quickly because the applications are all in. They are all on pause also. So when they press play on that side, many other plays will happen here. And it translates into Liberia can be fast. And so we will move quicker. We hope that next week, when the board meets, they will give the green light so that the play button can be pressed. And then we recruit the necessary personnel quickly because the applications are all in. They are all on pause also. So when they press play on that side, many other plays will happen here. And it translates into opportunities, jobs for people, opportunities for Liberians. MCC projects gives jobs to people. So let's hope for that.
Let's move to the Press Union of Liberia concern away from the 500 million. The week has passed. Good, getting into the second, the third, and the fourth week, nothing. The Press Union of Liberia has raised significant concern about the ongoing fight against corruption in Liberia, especially in light of recent acknowledgments by the government regarding the pervasive nature of corruption within the country. The Press Union of Liberia suggests that the frequent use of strong descriptors such as public enemy number one, vampire, cancer, and King Kong indicate that efforts to combat corruption have not produced the expected outcome for the public. In his address at the opening session of a 2-day training, which focused on investigative journalism and anti-corruption efforts, the president of the Press Union of Liberia, Julius Conema, will emphasize the need for a genuine and collaborative partnership amongst government entities, civil society organizations, and international partners for what? To address corruption. That it is pervasive, it is permeating every sector of society, every government ministry and agency. The PUL is concerned. What other thing did the president say? He highlighted the Press Union of Liberia's vital role in shaping the design, implementation, and evaluation. Okay. So the PUL is concerned about widespread corruption and that journalists, because he raised the concern speaking to scores of media people at a workshop organized by the Press Union of Liberia in concert with the United Nations Development Program, UNDP. It's in twofold. One, there's the admittance. The union is aware that corruption all over, that corruption is widespread. Corruption is unprecedented. Every government ministry and agency dancing in corruption. And that shows lack of leadership by the very president. Two, the media people, us, he said that we need to do more investigative journalism. The same thing I was telling you, go beyond. Not just being freak for the headlines. Because if you look at the media landscape now, people are more concerned about attraction, about viewers, about comments, than the actual issue. So you'll see when something happens, like what, let me use the EcoBank situation. EcoBank came out and said, armed robber went to the bank. Those people are not media people, even though by literacy, you ought to do your own investigation, and that will inform you whether that person is an armed robber or it was another situation or isolated incident. So because the woman came out, Salamata Diallo, managing director of EcoBank, and said, a robber went to the bank, armed robber to rob the bank. What did you see? Almost every media people, they carrying that. Instead of they doing their own investigation apart from what the woman said, they took it that way. That what the Press Union of Liberia president is saying here. Go beyond. Be more investigative. That way you are not only, or will not be seen as only as credible, reputable media entity, individual journalists, but you will be counted upon, and you will give the image representative of your profession and your institution and the society, the country. Because international partners are watching. They are following all of these things. The police too ran with it and described the man as armed robber. Today, it is known all over. Everybody that knows the man say he's not an armed robber. It was on relationship, boyfriend and girlfriend thing. He got there, he went to the bed because he suspected the girl cheating on him. So he went to express his anger, his frustration, his hurt. And then they just alarm armed robber. The police too, they be telling us journalists to do background investigation. They refused to do a background investigation. They concluded. They put on the page armed robber and had the man handcuffed in the car. They drag him. That Liberia, those things can go. You won't even do any validation. You take because you hear you hear people say, you feed on hearsay, and then you just dehumanize the person, drag the person, they drag that guy, they beat on him. Because the police here, they just want to hear something that will motivate them. And rubber, roll, forget it. No discretion they will use. They will start to ill-treat you. If God is not with you, you will die. And then the police will just come up with something. They just like to beat on people. They just like it. They don't go to apprehend. They go to beat on the police in this country. You're listening to me good. I mean saying the same, Andrew. I said the same of this country. I'm saying it because I have seen it many times. They just like they have that strong appetite for beating people. They just like it. I think the only thing they want to hear next, their bossman, but the bossman gave that order on FBS. So the man is simply saying, and that's what is happening. When somebody write, I beg you, just look this morning, you will see all those things. If somebody came out and say, they say, King's FM is transitioning. That man put it on his page, his news page. King's FM is transitioning. The other man seeing it on his main page. You will not say, oh, but the thing here, transitioning, how transition? Well, let me call AB. Let me try to get the general manager number or get to Israel or St. Andrews to find out what is actually taking place. That man, he will not do it. He will take that same line, put it on. King's FM is transitioning. The other man too would see it because he wants his page. He wants attraction on his page. They say King's FM is transitioning. You will see it on about 10 to 15 pages. Everybody will carry it that way. Only to realize at the end of the day, no transition taking place. That's how the media is in Liberia. Most part of the media, except for few. People just like to be, their institution should be seen as being heard, or comments. People are commenting and they just want the attraction. So no validation or no investigation. And that's how you see most of the information they put out, they are distorted. So they will not go and check. So they will give this name. They will attach name to the person. But the other people reporting or the other news organ reporting the person's real name. They're giving the real name of the lady. So now you see, on the other side, somebody will come and say, no, the lady name is not this. The lady is this person. Her name is so and so. She lives at so and so area. But because they just see it on another person's page just like that, they carry it. No investigation. The same way within the government cycle. That's why the government officials are bullying media people. The man go, corruption to the place. He knows very well. And he doesn't want to be exposed. So he knows that the journalist is vulnerable. So he brings out 500. Puts it on the desk. When the journalist see that 500 note or 500 bills, forget it. Every question now, that surface question. And the government minister on our open lecture. At the close of the day, he put 200 or 300 in the journalist and he gone. While the man is corrupting thousands of dollars from the state. That's what Julia Kanuba is saying, PUL president. You have to go beyond not just surface journalism, but in-depth journalism, aggressive journalism. That's what it is. You go beyond. When the issue came out, what happened? Compton got the issue. The Echo Bank issue. Every professional journalist knows that you have to go beyond. Don't just report it as it is. Because when you're reporting, it's factual, it's authentic, it's reliable. So the people you're communicating that information to, they believe it 100%. And anything to the contrary, if it turns out not to be true, it plays on your credibility. When the issue came out, Quantum put professionalism into it. When the issue came out, we decided not to talk about it on the air. We could have come and talked about it to get the recognition or to break news. There's another way they'll be fighting. Everybody fighting to break news. But that is an old age stuff. Breaking news is not competition. No, it's not who breaks news first. It is who reporting the actual truth, the reality. When you fight to break news, you will add wrong to the already wrong breaking news. Nothing about your story, nothing about your breaking will be true. Then people will just condemn you. So Content decided not to put it on the air, and that's professionalism, but to go there and do a background to find out. He went on the saying that what the PUR president is saying. Go beyond surface reporting. Because we owe it to the public. We are not to come on the air and say things that we are not sure about or we did not investigate. So Conton and Ben, they went on the scene, they got everything, down to the police version. So they were in the position now to come on the air and supply that information. And nobody doubted their information. What did they say? They confirmed that it was not the guy, not an armed robber. It was on relationship ground. Got irritated because he suspected the lady was cheating on him, and he decided to do what he did by going to the bank to confront her. Today, the very LMP who came out and said they saw armed men, they caught armed men, they can't display the arm. Nothing has come up from it. That one has gone to bear with the police. So you see, that's what it is. Conton and Ben gave the actual story. That's what you do. You don't rush on the air. You don't rush to your newspaper to get the first recognition. No, the first recognition is never a recognition, because the first recognition is always misleading, because you want the people to see that you're breaking the news. Our guys, when they took their time, Conton could have said, well, speak to it on his show, but he opted not to do it because that would have been unprofessional. When you have not the bits and pieces of information. So he left it and went after the show to do a background investigation, and their information was exact. That's what the president of the Press Union of Liberia, Julius Kanumba, is saying. Go beyond. Be investigative. Investigation can take, it is not the person who rushes to put out. No. Seasoned journalist, investigative journalist, he's not in competition with anybody. He's not running competition with anybody. He operates within his professional domain. So if it would take him 2, 3, 4 days to get the actual story of what happened, how it happening, when it started, who is behind him, behind it, he will do. Other people can be reporting on those things, but he's taking his time, he's going. And as he do, what happened? You see that he start to get the real story. And that's why you see when people reading the newspaper, they look at it one, they gotta say, but one Front Page Africa reporting the real story. I read this one from this paper, and what I'm reading in Front Page Africa is different. At this version, yeah, I want to believe this version because I just listened to King's News, and that's the same thing they were saying. So I think this one, Front Page Africa is right. That's how you do it, because they took their time. They didn't rush for recognition. Most of what you see the media today, now the way it has turned, everybody fighting for recognition. Everybody fighting for recognition. The online fighting for recognition and comments. Who will have the most viewers or the most comments? So everybody just dash. Sam Andrew wakes up in the morning and just write on his page, the weather will be very clouded today, or I am going to join CDC. Then you hear the other protocol. Sam Andrews writes. Yeah, but they one person came up with that caption. Say Sam Andrews right. Forget it. The rest of the people took it, and now the caption that you can see, some of you have seen that over and over. They just so if it is not on my page or it's not on the radio with my show, then it means that I am not within that terrain. So I will not be seen as a good broadcaster or a print writer or an online poster. So everybody rushing. So they're just taking people material and just running with it. And that is self-bullying. Self-bullying is where you feel the same thing Julius said. You fail to go beyond. You fail to validate. You fail to do background investigation. You just take it and put it on because you want to be seen as the person who is reporting that story without investigating. So what you put on now, it turns out not to be true. That will be doing it for that. You heard of the accident that occurred on Bombing Highway, leaving several individuals injured and I think few dead. A rain season, you have terrible accidents. Yeah, they said the guy was on speed and I think he left the road, went off. Yeah. Ghana is mourning the 8 victims of Wednesday's helicopter crash in the country's Ashanti region. 2 of the victims were cabinet ministers. The government has outlined a series of activities to honor the victims. Yes. Let me bring you something, a report on that. Then we can get to the line. Very short report on the incident and the government's move as Ghana mourned the loss of those government officials. Every day that comes, you can never tell what will happen. Let's have this report.
3 days of national mourning following a tragic helicopter crash on Wednesday that claimed the lives of 2 government ministers and 6 others. This marks one of the deadliest air disasters in the country's history. International bodies, including the African Union, ECOWAS, the United Nations, and the Commonwealth, have expressed their condolences and solidarity with Ghana. DW reporters give insight into the grief and reflection unfolding nationwide.
A somber atmosphere hangs over the capital as flags fly at half-mast in the honor of the victims. The bodies were recovered and transported to Accra last night by the Ghana Armed Forces and are now at the military hospital for DNA identification. President John Mahama, shaken by the loss of 2 cabinet members, has cancelled all engagement and is currently in isolation. Government operations have been suspended, with the Jubilee House, the seat of government, expected to be significantly affected.
This news has hit every Ghanaian, and particularly me, so sadly.
It's very sad because
This is a big loss to the nation.
Behind me is the family home of the late Environment Minister, Dr. Ibrahim Muchala Mohammed in Changle, family. Dr. Mohammed died alongside Defense Minister Dr. Umani Buama and 6 others, including Ghana Air Force crew member Peter Anala, who also hailed from Tamale. A planned burial for Dr. Mohammed in accordance with Islamic tradition has been postponed. The state is expected to oversee the funeral arrangements at a later date. Locals here have been expressing their sorrow.
The way he's attracted to people, his demeanor, his hardworking. In fact, we've lost a hero.
We don't even think that either we will have someone like him.
Thank you very much, DW TV, for that report on what is the mourning, painful situation in Ghana. I think I can get to the president himself, John Dramani Mahama, his office. Please, I want to share with you these few, then we get to the line. Ghana is our brother country, sister country, which it is. They help us a lot here during our heydays. They did extremely well for us. Let me see if I can get in the office of President John Dramani Mahama. I think yes, that was yesterday. Want to get that? Okay, but terrible. It's not easy. You don't know what's going to happen the next day or the day you find yourself in. You can never tell. Only God knows. Those people did not know that they were going to die. They did not know that it was their last day on the earth. If they knew, they wouldn't have gotten on that plane. No. They wouldn't have gotten. No. Not at all. They did not know. That's why you just need to be careful with your life. You can never tell. Be at peace with people. All right. I will get it. I will get the president on that. But let's have this break. Then we turn to you. Let's go with this break. It was Black Thursday on yesterday. The fight, the protest, the march, the anger, the emotion, the vexation expressed, drug, relatively drug, whether illicit or not, but they say march against drugs. Say no to drugs. It is over. What next? The fight against drugs. Say no to drugs. What next? People give their testimonies in Christ, hurt, pain. It is over now. August 7 is history. So what next? What next? Nothing will change. Nothing. Waste not your time. I can advise you to take your own initiative. As parent or parents, be you single mother or single father, or whatever. Having listened to you people yesterday, most of you crying, saying one woman said she lost her 3 sons to drugs. Almost everybody was sharing their experience. Going home last night, again, I had the privilege of hearing a journalist too, a colleague of ours, explaining. He said he wasn't part of the match, but he had on his "Say No to Drugs" t-shirt. I didn't ask him, but he explained that he wore the t-shirt because his wife bought several and gave him one. Out of respect for her, he accepted and wore. But he didn't go to the program. And I asked him, but why you wearing there and you're having on the t-shirt? Why it is true that the wearing the t-shirt could just be an endorsement, like you said, your wife gave it to you, so you have to. But why wearing you there? And he was very blunt. He told me, we're going home because I had my earpiece on listening to AB while he was explaining. So I took off the one in because he was sitting on my right. So I took off the earpiece from the right and I left the one on the left. If you're looking at me, the one on the side, I left it on. Why? Because I can face the issues. Face the issues, take me to bed. So while we were in the car going, I took off this one to give him attention because if I had the two on, it would be like this man is not listening to me, then that would be a bad mannerism and disrespect. So I kept quiet and I was just coming in appropriately, one at a time, until, so I said, but why weren't you there? And he was very honest. He said, no, Sam, I did not go there. He said it's government sponsored, disorganized. That whole thing was a fun fair stuff. You see me in a t-shirt because my wife gave it to me. She bought a couple of them. So I wore it and left my house. I didn't go there. He said, but tomorrow they will read a story in the newspaper. He said, you people are the ones who can analyze. You people are the ones on the radio. Tomorrow, I will give my version. And I know people will not like it, but that's what I know. I will report exactly what I know, what I saw, what I heard, what I read. That whole thing was a government sponsored. And then I asked him, I said, did you see the law enforcer protester? He said, who? I took up my phone. I showed him Gregory Kober. He said, 10. He said, well, the same thing I telling you. You see that? How can the law enforcer be a protester? Who the people will carry the petition to if the enforcer of the law is a protester? Or they are protesters, they are marshals against say no to drugs. Nice conversation we have until we got that. Joke. So what's going to happen now? You women going to still be complaining. It is not obvious. It is a responsibility to face head on. Look at yourself. Do a soul session. Look at your organization. Look at your rules, the kind of system you have in your house. Having that march yesterday, it doesn't stop. It doesn't say that your child or your boy or your girl is off the street. It doesn't say those people that Edwin Snow went to a Center Street graveyard pretendingly will stop taking drugs. They are there. They're still taking in their drugs. The other people on the other side, it doesn't say. That was just a theory. The responsibility shifts to you. When I say shift to you, because the government not going to do much. So if you rely on government, you waste your time. We've had several actions. We've heard cries. This is not the first one. You gained victory yesterday by coming out in mass. But what good is that victory when in your very house, in your community, nothing can change? Some of you have ghettos, you know ghettos that are around your area. But why you people will say you're afraid to call the police, because when you call the police, the people will say that you call the police, they will harm you. So you close your mouth. It means you are an accomplice to what is unfolding. Most of you women, men, boys, girls that came out yesterday to say no to drugs, you can't say no to the ghettos you have in your house, because when you say no by calling the police, they will come on you. So that's not the what's the need now? Ain't that it, Cindy? You're not stopping your children from going out to mingle with other boys and girls. You don't have that stringent control. It wasn't Satan. It wasn't any other ominous creature that put the children out to be taking drugs. It's because of your lack of stringent discipline, which goes with education and exposure. Because when the boy, the girl is exposed to the danger from the very first day and grows up with it, they wouldn't get involved. The boy and the girl is left to go wherever he or she wishes, identifies or mingles with whoever he or she wishes. The mother is on the other side. And some of the mothers and fathers, they contribute to these things. Come on, you accept it. It all starts from drinking. It all starts from the dress code of the mother. When the mother is in a short, very short jeans trouser where she's practically naked, and she's drinking 2-3 bottles, and she's sending the daughter for style, what do you think she's doing? She's encouraging gradually she's indoctrinating that girl or that boy. When he or she leaves, goes on the other side and sees his friends are drinking, he will immediately get that motivation from what he saw from the mother or the father. Some of the people who went into drugs, some of the boys, the girls, it started from there. Sometimes you want to sit down and think. It's not just shifting blame or you're sounding so loud, drug killing our children. They drug too much. You want to sit down and do a sober reflection. If you lost your son to drug, it's because you weren't strong enough. Let me tell you, parenting is it's one of the hardest tasks on the face of the earth. No culture, parenting is easy. No culture. Even from the very first day God created the world. Go into the Old Testament and look for those areas on parenting. You will see difficulties. It is not today. It is just, should I say the normal? But no, let me not say the normal. It is difficult. And this is where the mother, the father come in as the exposed ones to stand their ground. It's hard, it's painful from a parental standpoint, but it gets better. It gets better with time. That's why you don't compromise anything discipline. Once you slip off with the disciplinary plan you have in place, you slip off or you slack on it. That is an exit. And that's how why some of the boys, the girls today, the mothers are complaining. The march is over now. Some of The people who marched yesterday, some of the women, the men, the boys, the girls, where did they go? Entertainment centers. What were they taking? Shisha and other substances. But they focus everything on drugs. Those are drugs. When you're talking about drugs, those are things. The shisha is mixed with all kinds of substances, all kinds of things. It can damage. It can send you stone crazy. Shisha has damage. Just do a research on it and go from country to country. You will see. You will hear confession of people how it nearly killed them, that today they're not attempting that shisha, they're not attempting anything of such. The focus is only on those young boys and young girls, but the older ones themselves, they're not looking. If the mother sits in the yard with her colleagues and she inhaling, she's snuffing the shisha, what is she telling the boy, the girl? Children learn. They learn by imitation. They learn by what they see. Gradually, it becomes spontaneous. It gets upon them. So when they're on the other side, away from the mother and father, in with their colleagues, where a shisha is there, they will want to attempt to see. Why would they have that zest? Because they saw the mother, the father, right there in their midst, sniffing. Most of you people are guilty. Let's be honest. Also, there were women in that march yesterday who have discipline, standard with their children, that none of them gone wayward or ever attempt around drugs because of the stringent discipline they put in place. Most of the women over there yesterday, they have a system in place. Some of them, their daughters, their son, up real good. Some of them in university. Some of them at the verge of leaving the university. Some of them taking care of their mother business, their father business. It's because the way they brought them up, they spare not the raw, meaning they discipline them to the core. Because parenting is, when you put a system in place, you yourself should not break that system, neither must you slack it. If you do, you're giving the boy, the girl, the exit door. And part of that is you must know where your son, your daughter is, whom they are mingling with. You don't do that. Most people don't do that. They just, oh, they're not sharing their heart the way, and they're not sharing their, they want to be trained. No, that is not true. That is not true. If you are a woman, a man, don't ever say that. There is no boy, no girl that you cannot restrain. That means discipline. It is the system that you put in place and how you execute that system without compromise. People don't do that. That's how the people will train their children a couple of years back in the 50s, the 60s. When you hear these people say, oh, the person get the other training, oh, the person get holiday, the other person get the other person not exposed to it. That the discipline they gave them so. That's why you see. So they live with it. When you hear you complaining, oh, the Congo people, the Congo people. It's the discipline. They never compromise it. Neither did they slack on it. So it remains in the boy, the girl, growing up, and they follow that same pattern. Isn't that what God said? That what God meant when he said Proverbs 22:6, train the child in the way that when he is old, will not depart from it. Old, as used in the text, it means full grown, that you can discern right from wrong, development, mental development, maturity. So no. Say, my father always talked about drug, always talked about how drug killed people, drug killed this person, drug killed that person. So every time that person would think of what the father said, imagining the father or the mother explaining that, that person would never go around. will never even accept a friend who has that kind of behavior, or even if his friend doesn't have that behavior, but he sees that his friend is identifying with people of that behavior, he will cut off that relationship with that friend because he feels that that friend will try bringing that to him. That's the discipline there. That's the training. When he used the word old, O-L-D, he's not saying that the person must be 50, 60, 70, 80. No, it means development, maturity, learning from one level to another, from one level to another. So everything is within that person. Look at most of the women today. Look at their boys, their girls, well-to-do, serious, hating the future with pride to the mother, the father. They know who to mingle with, who not to mingle with. They know where to go and where not to go. When you hear people saying, oh, that boy pa, he's selfish, yo. That girl pa, she just selfish. She ain't like to come around her friend. That's the discipline the girl is showing. The discipline from the parent. That's what she's demonstrating. It is not naturally or supernaturally that she's selfish, but she is demonstrating the training, the discipline instituted by her father and her mother, the training they put in her without compromise. That's why she's executing. And because people don't know, they soon conclude, oh, that girl, she's very selfish. Oh. She ain't let to come around people. Whole day she in her fence. Even when she come outside, she has your wave. That girl growing gradually. When she reached a level now, then she will start disciplining her little sister or little brother. Most of those women you saw in that march yesterday, they have standard, good home, comfortable, proud of their daughter, their son, because of the discipline they put in place. Also, most of the ones who were yelling, they were buying sympathy. People should sympathize with them because of their negligence. Everything is over now. This one march is over. Government sponsor march. Government sponsor march. We say government sponsor and government. When you're saying government, you're saying politics. So the politics there. That political gathering yesterday, though it was national, the issue itself is national issue, but it's also political because the politicians went there. The politicians stood in the crowd. So the government was presenting petition to itself. When we're telling you from the onset that the whole thing, that charade, that government own thing, they call people to get in some money. They printed t-shirts in less than no time. Everybody get t-shirts all over the place. What do you think? As much as I can't question those women financial capability, but listen, the organizer said everything was done in 4 days' time. That is not true. I disagree with her. 4 days' time to have all of those things printed. Everybody have t-shirts everywhere. Different inscriptions, designs rather, different designs, but same inscriptions say no to drugs. Everybody over there, the thousands of people, they had t-shirts. People did not print the t-shirts by themselves. It wasn't individual print. People receive. If the organizer would say they did it in 4 days, then let's assume that the few, because she said there were only 4, 5, then it means that they are millionaires. So one person will give 500,000, another person gave 250,000, another person gave 150,000. Except that what she was telling us, that in 4 days they organized it like that. So it means they showed her the financial responsibility. And I can agree with that. Morning came from the other side. And you saw how it was. So everything is over now. The government marched on itself. The government presented its petition to itself. So in your scream, your shout, your yell, pastors too were all there. That's good. So I expect the pastors now to use that. That is a sermon. That is a sermon. Say no to drugs. That's sermon. So the pastors then now, they need to drop the miracle prophesying or slow down on the miracle prophecy, since the pastors then came out too, saying that drug is affecting our society, and the pastor then that's true too, because when you go around some of the churches, you see the girl won't get to on the side, you see the wayward picking there, and that one group there, some of the picking there, they're not taking drugs, so that wayward, they ain't taking drugs. But because of their look, many will think that they're taking drugs. Some of the picking there, they'll guess them, they're not taking drugs. But they just get themselves that way. And you can't say they are drug takers. They are the ones who take in drugs. They are the ones who can take in drugs, but they just don't care with their life, so they go looking filthy. So the pastors then, that sermon there for you, you ain't need to look for sermon again. That sermon there, say no to drug. You go in your church, that's what you should be doing. Because you have the masses before you, just as we, the journalists, we have the masses before us. I am talking to tens of thousands of people right now, all over the world. The same masses assemble before the pastor on Sunday. Even if there are 3 or 4 or 5 or 50 persons in the church, those 40 or 50, when they hear the message, they will take it in the area too and preach to other people not to. So you'll be talking about it. And you went outside your march. So the march over now. Now the action time. The sentiment is over. The anger expressed is over. Now is the time for action. Now is the time to show the honesty and sincerity of say no to drugs. You people have the masses, just like we have. I am talking about it. So tens of thousands of people listening to me. We play our part. We share the same medium. The only difference between the radio station and the church, I am sitting here. For those of you who are not online, you cannot see me, but you're listening to me. So let's take it that way. For the pastor, you can see the pastor, but that's the same congregation. That's the same audience. So you want to show that honesty and seriousness. If you people are serious of minimizing, because you can't eradicate, minimizing drugs. If you people are serious, use your pulpit. It could be 10, 15 minutes, whatever the time you can decide. If you are here, pastor, and most of you are general overseer. So you're talking about it. If you're not talking about it, if it is not important for you to preach, say no to drugs on Sunday and your weekdays revivals, then it means that you people, there was no need to go under the rain marching against drugs. I saw most of the banners. I saw churches. I saw pastors. They were there. They were showcasing. They come on camera. We are from this church. We say no to drugs. I am Pastor so and so. We are on this ground to speak to our government. The drug business is too much. It's killing our children. Our church, we are here to speak to our government. Rain or true, as recorded, that means I took down some of those things, most of the captions and other things, the images, and keeping them. The pastors live, all of them in my gallery. The reason I did that, because when you start complaining and you're doing nothing, we say, but Pastor, you are on the ground at the Capitol. You said this, you said that, and this is your image, we put it on the screen. Why are you not saying anything? Why are you complaining? When you are part of the march, you said no to drugs. What are you doing? Is this not your image, Pastor? We put it on the screen so everybody will see. So you put yourself in a position that you people will have to take initiative. You may not go from ghetto to ghetto for fear that you might be harmed. So you might not want to take the message there as a pastor. But you want to do that on your platform or your pulpit. Say no to drugs. And you tell your congregation. You expose, you educate the congregation. I doubt that many of you will do it. I doubt it. Where you leave your miracle prophesying? Because you have to get motivated to see the people saying, amen, amen, I receive it, hallelujah. Why you leave that? So it's up to you people now. We look at the aftermath now, meaning the march is over. After the march, what next? What you guys going to do? Parents in home, whether full or single parents, what's your responsibility? What you thinking? What have you taught over the time? You scream, you shout, you yell, you express anger, you gave the publicity, you gave the explanation, right? We accept that. But what are you going to do now? What's your responsibility after the march? What have you taught over the time? What are you going to do? Are you going to sit and do nothing and just be screaming and shouting and calling on the government to do again? Well, everybody has a responsibility because it is a national issue. It is an emergency. It is a national security threat. So it becomes the responsibility of everybody. We can play our part as we do every day. You now will need to play your part. We play our part. We sit here from Monday to Friday talking about these things, educating, exposing. It is your turn. Now that you march and the march has ended, what next? What's your responsibility? What are you going to do? Just be complaining again? They draw too much in the country. The government will have to do something. They draw too much in the country. The government had to do something. Our children are dying. Drugs are killing our children. That's the song you'll be singing? But nobody will buy that song if you ever produce it, because it wouldn't sound pleasant in anyone's ear. You cannot relieve yourself of the pain and hurt other than yourself. If you sit there and do nothing about it, some of you pastors, you know that. Some of you children, some of you, your children, your boy, your girl, not taking drugs, but they're gone wayward. They left the house. We know it. We've heard, we've seen. We've heard pastors complaining. Who told you that every pastor that stands on the pulpit is normal within? No, it's not. Either the daughter is on the other side, or the daughter is in the home, the son is on the other side. But he has to preach to the people, but he's preaching with hurt in him. And he doesn't have to show it. Just the same thing they say in our broadcast law. If I receive information now and they say your father passed, the law say Sam Andrew ain't got to be got to reduce his voice, acting so sorrowful and crying. The law says Sam Andrews will broadcast energetically, enthusiastically, spiritedly, just as I'm talking now, even though it hurting him inside. But he doesn't have to show any sign whatsoever until he can leave the air. Then he can scream and shout. And if he won't fall down on the ground, if he won't roll or on the street, I business. So you see, some of the pastors are like that. They're thinking how to get that daughter from the street, how to get that son from one playing station booth to another. Some of the pastors, male and female, you know that we know. You're sleeping. The boy, the girl knocking the door. Some of you, you're opening the door. You're opening the door for your boy and girl that comes from outside, from the nightclub. But you will stand on the pulpit and chastise other people. Children, who is free? So the responsibility is on you. The responsibility is on you individually. The responsibility is also on the government. And you need not rely on the government. This is why I am taking time to explain it to you. Why you should be action-driven. Don't rely on the government. The whole drug thing is a system. It is a syndicate. The government people, they know exactly what is happening. Don't be carried away by that thing Mr. President released called special presidential statement. If wordings or statement or writing could change things for the better, Liberia is going to be one of the most developed countries, one of the greatest systems. Everything about this country is just rhetoric. If you are obsessed with statements coming from government or coming from president, and you sit and do nothing, well, you will continue to complain. You will continue to complain. My son gone. My three sons, some of you people are lying over there. And if you people lie, join care your son, different thing care your son or your daughter, you lie over there, God will struck you. Because God ain't like that. You can't join people when they're serious of something, then you want to use the situation to gain sympathy from something from what did not happen. So that the responsibility is on your, but that whole thing was a farce. It was a complete smoke screen. Government organized, government sponsored. That would take me to the mockery, the curiosity that some of you will put on organizations. Prior to the July 17th protest organized by those civil society organizations, we heard calls, concerns, curiosity that you should give a candle. We want to know how much you're asking people to contribute. You're open GoFund. Mobile money and people you must get account. They raised the same concern with Federa Patrick, regroup, protest. June 17, it all came up from June 17. Today, June 17, no account. Some of these women were vocal that the men will not give account. That was bad practice. With time, you can never tell. So you people now, you will have to give account. And I am telling you people, you will have to give account. It will be on your back 24/7. Monday, it will be the first thing, if God permits. It will be the first thing. Every day will ring it in your ear. You give account. You should give a full breakdown. Let's know the expenditure. Let's know everything concerning that say no to drugs. If it was organized by those women, those few women, we must know whether the money came from them. They provided the finance for those t-shirts, the renting of the float, the PA system, everything. Let us know. If you can give account, you will feel bad because every day will consider you people as criminals, whether you're lucky or not. They say what men can do, woman can do it. We have been complaining that the men can corrupt. The men are transparent. And you people join us to chastise our own men. And you people are right. So it is your time now that how God can work. You see, God throw it to you now. God throw it to you. You should give account. We want to know every dime you spend, how you spend that dime. We want to know the entire organization. Every day we'll remind you. Every day. And I know all the people that were on that stage yesterday, the women, all of them, I know. We know the legal woman, the legal woman, Mariah, Yakula, the finance woman, Loved, Zandolo, and on can go. All of them, I know them. All of them, a full name, all of them, they know. Just how the guy said, Brendan Spears said, you know and I know. And I'm Brendan Spears said, okay. So they know that I know them and they know me. So all of them, I call two persons' name. The legal woman, that Mariah, right? Mariah, Morriah, Mariah Yakula Korpo, Mrs. The finance woman, that Loved Sandolo. Then forget about the organizer and the other people that I just gave you two. So we know. You must give account. You people were behind the men here for the protest. When things come on the radio, in the people say, look at them, you can be in your various offices and other places. Look at them. All that money they collect, they finish eating it, the men and they can steal, the men and they corrupt. They can give account. All that money they collected, that your time now. That your time now. Women, oh, women. Let's go to the live, man. Time. Let's use the rest of the time for you people. You're listening to Let's Talk About It as well as watching on Kings 88.5, your Liberia BBC radio. More info, less entertainment. I'm Sam Andrews, sitting in for Israel Bowiasie, who is sick. He can't make it. He's sick. Also, Janet Pessima is recovering, thank God Almighty. She was involved in accident. She had accident, she and her daughter. The reason why our two great colleagues aren't in today's Israel is sick. We just hope that he can make it in time on Monday. If not, well then, but he is sick. He's sick. This work that we do is not small thing. You ain't know. You will not know until you can't say, so that how you can do that, how you can work here? Yeah, you hardly have time for yourself. It's not easy. It's tedious. It's strenuous. But we've been disciplined to it. It's not just easy. You can, before you can make up your mind that night, sometimes we don't even see daylight. When the person feeling 2-3 hours on the radio, on the other side doing this, they're moving that, they're moving to this place, they're doing this, people calling here and there, visitor coming, they want to do all kinds of things happening. And then the weather too is having a toll. Sometimes it becoming tired. He's sitting there in the chair, just sleeping somewhere. It's not easy. It's terrible. We battle illness. Even though you can take illness away, but we battle it. Sometimes we come on the air, things not really right, things not really going from the body perspective and other issue. But we have to, because we owe it to you. We owe it to you. We make the sacrifice for you. Yeah. It's not easy. It's very sick. He's sick, oh. It's not easy, boy. He's not sick unto devil. Just like Paul. When they asked about Epaphroditus was a hard-working guy, just like Israel. Hard-working for Paul, just like Timothy. So the people heard the news. They said, oh, but we can see our minister. What happened? They said, but the man's sick. They said, they started playing on the people. Then they went to Paul, Epaphroditus boss man. They went to Paul. They said, we can see our minister and we are hearing that he's sick. Paul said, yes, that's true. The information you received, that's true. And I can even tell you he is sick unto death. And I'm not saying that Israel. I'm just telling you, the Paul was talking about the seriousness, the illness, to tell you too why 3 days you don't see Israel. Normally when Israel, he can feel uncomfortable, he will not come a day, the following day he's in, but 3 days running now. And so I'm just telling you about the gravity of the illness. So you have to reach out. That your time now, Israel has done so much, can do so much for you. So that you're on a time now. Yeah. Then Israel receiving treatment. So you might the dada say, but you need the juice, you need to drink the one you drink on. That you're on the time now, that one part, no if and and about it. When you're not reaching out to Israel, I would know. And that would be ungrateful to the core. Ungrateful that you're on the time. Israel sick. Janet had accident. Janet almost died, she and her daughter in a keke. That's why Janet is not on the radio. We are hoping that she's recovering gradually. She will be in next week. If not, because she has to recover well before coming. Yeah. Our 2 colleagues are down. It's not easy. The weather too is having its toll. So let's go to the line now. Let's talk about it. On 0772 23 99 33, 0886 3044 97, 0777 75. Let's talk about it as we gone 26 minutes after 9 o'clock. The rest of the time for you have your say on. Let's talk about it. Let's start with the women. Let's give them the first preference. They say women first. Hello.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
That's not
My bad.
Yeah,
What's up with you?
Yeah, you talking about my son, my friend. I show concern the money.
Yeah, Israel not feeling well. Israel say, and you see TD day now, you're not here, Israel, on the radio.
You want to call you and ask that question whether you go somewhere.
No, Israel in trouble. Israel, he's sick. Yeah. Yeah, you know that rain season we in now. You know,
yeah.
Say, yeah, the malaria.
Yeah. But I will on the other man, I will get in now. When I get a number.
Hey man. Okay. Give me your number. My Bessie. Give me your number.
077.
If I know a number, some of your women they know that number over here. My best. Yeah, 0777
35
35
39 42.
All right.
Yeah.
35 39 42.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right, my Bessie. I get it.
All right.
So say what you
Yeah.
want. What you want to say now?
No, the one I want to say now. Who are what they will care what fine. The papa there won't go to help her. The papa said go protest. I don't get a petition to Anna so every petition we not go.
Yeah.
If I get it.
Yeah, the boy, my best say you read. The boy presented a petition to themselves.
Yeah, that's what I was talking yesterday. The poor thinking say we not get sent, but we get sent. We poor what they know today, we put all what they eating the money. They not care for all our children. The children that we all about our children will serve their children. That human being said a grab book. Yeah, so we get sent. Hello.
Yeah, my best say I'm listening.
Yeah, we get sent more than that. They eat the free money. They tell me our children that they say they go protest. The other protest will go on. I can't go on it. So thank you.
All right, my best. Thank you.
I want to see my song.
Yeah. Okay. Want to finish? Yeah. All right. Hello.
Hey, them argue.
Yeah, the doctor.
Yeah, Ambassador Milan this morning, Lily Yeke.
Doctor Ambassador Lady Yeke.
Thank you for the
you got 3 B titles.
my son said, I'm going to take you. You are doing whatever for the people. They cannot bring that for you. Past 2 days. Just to come and enlighten us. No, it's not easy, but let God bless you. I wouldn't want to say that God bless you.
That the weather, that is in weather get Israel sick. Israel suffering from malaria.
My son Israel, we can hear him. Yeah, but we let God be with him. No, the Bogachevs stole my phone a few days. You will not easy. They stole my phone. Instead, when I saw the lie. Every time I phone, we can't see it. We are saying my left quarter, we can't hear what I buy. They took my phone and carry it. So therefore, I'm telling you.
But you
that's what you're going through, my son.
But you can expose the phone. You can leave the phone open. So
I tell you, no one say come back to then my whole day, but everything to pass it last month. So I put a question, I go to place to put a question and tell the phone they carry it. I don't want them there. I bought there into the lamp and I call it, but you know, then what's the matter? So somebody help me a ball, they talk on there. And then they came to hold us on it. They got to my phone and carry it. I get power the road yet. That is when pastor will hold my transfer to all the blue papa you must say. So you have to say that the 2 hours will go into my brother. It's not easy. The people in the work up bring the country for them to us, but it's not easy. We're going through tough time. It's very, very bad. And me say this, my son. Those pastors then they are better than pastors. They are glorious pastors. You know some pastors when you in that somebody drugs. You know that one. Somebody begin drugs in the point we are trying to sell it for them. They say pastor, if you come into the churches. They are better to be pastor. All I want to go in the protest. It made no sense. You shut yourself in the left. You say, we have a just in the country for God's sake. When you're not there, we're talking to swing your body. Then you there now. No drugs. After I said no drugs in the country, they're playing for us. There's no drugs here. Because you can tell we have begin drugs, we have let the state and go to carry food. Then we have to say, shut up and not coming. 2 people, all of them coming. Put the other star and put your star, they're coming. Follow your watch. You say put inside. Today they just the whole country.
All right, Dr. Masisi.
They're breaking it. So the public say that thing when police say who came the theater to let Taku they always say who came your car.
All right, Dr. Masisi.
Who coming to your car? The journey will say the protesting. What they just in the country.
All right, thank you, Dad.
Thank you. The car will club for the politician the car for saying the free.
Thank you, Dad. Okay. Hello.
Good morning, General Andrew.
Yes.
Vasily Babekole. I don't know where my son coming go look for him, but I don't know where he lives.
Yeah, Israel living across.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'll be tracing to go find him.
Yeah.
Okay. So let God bless all of y'all. Let God bless all of y'all and give y'all more strength and give y'all wisdom.
Amen.
Yeah, and help y'all and make anybody Anybody try to ally, want to do something to you, that one, God may all know the person who will join that person.
In
So
Jesus'
let God
name.
bless you people.
Amen. All right.
Yeah. Yesterday, I told the people there, me, I'm not going to protest nowhere. I see what happening. The man when he beat the drum, he said, I take on, they bang it down. Get a grasshopper. What God put in the pan. Then some come, you see what you do. Who they go get a petition to now? Who they say they give a petition? And I don't also want to receive petition. They say protesting now. Who they fool here? I didn't go nowhere. My son not taking drugs. My daughter not taking drugs. Only thing we are struggling now, but the children can hear me. So now they are killing doing it's with them. One day, God put them outside. Thank you.
Thank you too for calling CDC Pape. Hope that you are doing good from where you are. Let's go to the men's line again. Then we come to the women. Hello. You are on the air. Okay, let's go this side. Hello, welcome to Let's Talk About It.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
My man.
Good morning.
My man.
Yeah,
that women line here with Chief. Sorry. Sorry, they want that the women in line. Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is Mama Wooden. I joined you from District 13 this morning. Let me say good morning to you for the show this morning. And let me say good morning to Mr. C.A., who is not well. I wish him speedy recovery. You get me?
We're listening to you, Chief.
Okay. I wish him speedy recovery. You know, Mr. Andrew, this government shouldn't take the Liberian people like me stupid. Mr. Andrew, the old man said to us yesterday in his post, and I tell you the opposition, they said it was President Weah and Finabono were bringing drugs in this country. They even said that the entire Jamaica resource, that was the center of drugs. So, why can the president take the entire government there and then go and raid the entire area? Then they come and tell us, say, oh, we should arrest people that are bringing drugs. So now, President Weah now is not president for this country. Finabono is not the one working government. So who are we going to look at now? When yesterday I said these are the people that were bringing the drugs. You know, this only just an embarrassment for in this country. The only king Iron Patrick C in the 30 years. He said, when I be president, there will be no more drugs. Then I saw him with t-shirt yesterday, no more drugs. What kind of country are we living in? We saw police people yesterday with t-shirt. So now the police will protest now.
Okay. My man, you saw the people in amongst the marchers. Then you asking the people they were protesters.
And you know it was not just only the police. I know people that were in government. And yesterday I saw them on Facebook with t-shirts. So
okay,
I
Brahma.
thought it was the common citizen. I thought it was the citizen protest against drugs. But none, was the government open night protest against drugs?
All right, Brahma. Thank you. Hello.
Good morning, Sir Andrew.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, this is Apostle Uriah Scotty speaking from District 4.
Apostle what?
Uriah Scotty.
Let's hear you, Apostle Uriah.
Yeah, you know, for one fact is, anyway, thank you for the show. And our people in this nation, many of them who do not fear God, as I always said, they will stand on the wrong side and they think that they are standing on the rightful side. Those pastors that went for that protest yesterday and saying that no, a lot of say no to drugs. Why they never went to Joseph Barker's son house to carry that protest there? I think it was the best place to carry that identical protest yesterday. So it was just all about fun that they were making, and God is not more to make mockery out of God. They make mockery out of themselves instead of making mockery out of God and the citizens. Thank you. God bless you so ever, sir.
Thank you too. God bless you also, Apostle. You want to lower your radio, please?
Mr. Manju.
Yes.
I'm Francis Democrat. I join you from the capital of Morovia this morning.
Let's hear you.
For your talent performance, you have disclosed to the public this morning, but all the issues concerning about the drugs, we can eradicate our drugs on the country. Under no conditions, because most of the government officials, they are the ones that exporting the drugs in the country. So how are we going to get rid of drugs? You understand? No way. Even the president's son, Tata, are ordering drugs in the country. So why he can go get rid of his son first? So thank you, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Drew. Have a nice weekend. Let's go to the women's line. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
How you doing, Mr. Friend?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank God. And you?
Okay. Este I know secretly had a call to you, so we are here.
Yeah. Okay, I'll tell Israel. All right.
Israel, we are.
Yeah, he listening. Israel listening, even though he on the hospital bed, but he listening.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what we are saying, yeah, you see the people, they always mock, they always make fun out of the Liberian. And the Liberian themselves, our people themselves that in the comment, yeah, they always seem they say that they are handle for Joseph Baka. They making fun out of themselves. But tomorrow coming, tomorrow coming for everybody, tomorrow coming. So we are not there again. Yeah, drugs all over. That's why our young people, they go real like go to insurance. You hear me? God get everything. Thank you.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Have a nice day, nice weekend too. Hello. Lower your radio. Please, I beg you, lower the radio. Let's hear you now. You call, you're not saying anything. Let's go to the men's line. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Sir Maju.
Good morning.
Yeah, Sabu Rasta, the pastor, the general on the land.
Zimbabwe, Sabu Rasta.
Exactly, Sir Maju. Thank you for your pastor. You know,
my man, but Zimbabwe not in Liberia, Zimbabwe, another country. Then you get country in country.
Yeah, I country, but say no, the people are in Zimbabwe as those Jordan, so you know, I country in country. Now, but say come to the issue. You know, say one thing he said this morning that really touched my heart about we the parents training our children, because in the scripture was saying God said that we should train the children in the way that want to grow, so that they will not depart. Same, but today our Father in the land training us. He said all other things said about drugs, that peanut butter were bringing drugs, that we are bringing drugs. So it is so frustrating to see today drugs remain like we are saying. Thank you, man, this morning. Thank you so much.
Great weekend. Have a great weekend, Sabu Rasta. Enjoy yourself. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Sir Andrew.
Good morning, sir.
This is a Coco rep from Carwell. You see, yesterday the protest attend all the protesting yesterday. But one thing I noticed, me after they were going to hello.
We're listening to you. Once I say hello, you on the air.
Your drug test on the women then that are doing the protest.
Oh,
but you never did anything like that.
To do drug tests on the women?
So it seems to be the million monkey out of the million monkey out of this protest.
Wait, Coco, wait. You said you wanted the people to do drug tests on the women?
Yeah, drug tests on all the people that call themselves the women that are protesting.
Why
not? Everybody do drug tests on them.
Why, Coco?
Go notice that most of the women that can sell drugs, they arrested more women in the arrest during the reading.
But the people not carry drug over there. They just say the best, they say the way the thing looking.
No women, most of the women there. So anyway, we're going. Hey.
All right, Coco. Go say what to do drug test. And you saw that show rating again. Right after the drug, the march say no to drug. The government say they arrested a man with drug above. What does that? Yeah, scam. Hello. Oh, what happening with the women line? Are okay, you people, and you're not saying anything, go. So yeah, your line is 0777 980375. Let's go to the men. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Justin Akwe, and I call you from the UN Drive.
Justin?
Yeah.
Justin what?
Justin Akwe.
Speak.
Yeah. Thank you, the morning, for the moral lesson taught. Because some of us, we are parents, but we're lacking some of the things that you teaching. So I want to say thank you. Now I always listen to you people so that at least some of our mistakes that we are making in life will be able to correct our mistakes. Now to the issue. The protest issue concerning drugs. No one is against drugs in this country. But how will you be flattering with the Liberians that you protesting when the government drug cases, they're not looking into if people going, people just arresting drugs on people and they just walking away. Nothing. They're not prosecuting the people. Nothing. But then the government pretended yesterday like they're trying to say yes to drugs, but you know, they decided to come out that way. But you see the whole protest yesterday, went to UN Drive and Rwanda here. They were paying some of the Zogos, giving a t-shirt. I mean, wear a t-shirt, we give you the money. I pack my keke, we got like keke. I pack my keke to wash them. I said I know how a bigger phone to do a recording so I can send it. But yesterday, it was not something that people that went down there were willing. A government, more government entity were sending people out of the ministries. They were sending people there, the government workers. They abandoned the Liberian for work and then went to protest. You see police all in uniform, in protesting uniform. So thank you for the show, Bobby.
Okay, thank you so much. You are 100% right. Yes, that's true. Government officials, employees, the whole black. Government organized march, say no to drugs. You will not be a part of it. You will be dismissed. At various government ministries, no government interference or no government influence. Those women by themselves, by their ability, they can mobilize that crowd. They can. They can. People from the various ministries, he's right. I saw them. That's true. They were all in black. Government sponsor, you don't go there. You lost that job. So all of them, they were there. They wore the black, the men, the women, minister, deputy minister, assistant minister, director. They were there. Not a single person was at the ministry. But yesterday, when people were leaving, that the sin claim they brought against, they used as justification for the dismissal of those people whom they claim were seditious or are seditious. They say, they were impacted there. They were wearing the other t-shirt. They abandoned government work and go join rally. Yesterday, majority of them, they went to that rally. Who was sent in office when it is government sponsor? Those women by themselves, I challenge them, they can never, ever pull that crowd all by themselves. They can never. In no time. Ask yourself where the t-shirts came from. Everywhere people have t-shirts. It's not like some of the rallies we'll see where few people get t-shirts, majority in get or majority get, few people in get, people complaining for t-shirts. But everybody, the t-shirts were more than sufficient. More than sufficient. Various ministries, they got their t-shirts. The women's line gone off. Yes, gone off. You're wearing, let's go back. Hold on, let the men hold on. Yeah, let's go back to the women's line. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Sanju.
Yeah.
All about it.
Yeah, great, great. We thank God for life.
Yeah, we thank God for life. Mommy, not. Yesterday, I was on approach my son.
Oh, you went there?
Now, my son to the graveyard. My grandchild, now in the hospital. Yesterday, when I started Lapa, just check on the Facebook. I was in Lapa with my late different t-shirt I took from my house. But when I went, I saw police people with t-shirt. I saw all the women with t-shirt. Then the vice president, that's about who was bringing a petition to. That 4 year player, Baka saw selling job, Baka selling job. So the people in the office and they selling job, the government selling job. They were kind of 4 year player. That check on the radio station. I was having my mic in my head. I was talking yesterday. I said, now I left my son, my grandson. Now it's on the dumper. Then you can protest. I see BB people. They all gave me the petition to. I said, I want to. They were on the truck. They were talking. I said, nonsense you're talking here. We were sitting in the pit. We were crying. We can't. They will see government women there. 5% of women. That nonsense. All of them were in t-shirt. I was in different t-shirt with lapa. 2 lapa were on me. With my mouth in my head. Just check on Facebook. You will get me. I was angry. I was crying yesterday. I said, look at the government fooling people. I said, jobs will not finish. Jobs will not finish because the people, they are trying to get jobs. They are selling jobs. Jobs will not finish. Police people selling jobs. They had a quarter can go grab the people. They all selling jobs. Yesterday I was talking. Check on Facebook, you will get me. You hear me? Hello?
Yeah, listening to you.
That means just check on Facebook. Just check on the media that you will see me. I eat lapa with my left black t-shirt with cap on my head. With my mic in my head. I started talking yesterday. They were standing on one other man one talk. I said, because you're in the government. So when he's trying here, you're naked me.
Okay. All right.
Thank you. Thank you. That my first answer calling on the show. I'll fight. I can be fighting to get the number. Thank you.
That the number now. That the number now.
Yeah,
ready,
I get it now. Okay, tell me silent for me.
Okay. All right.
God
He's
bless
listening to all of you. Hello.
Morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Yeah, this is
You want to speak louder, Chief?
this is Emmanuel Cabo calling from Red Light.
Why are you in a hole?
Yeah, this small work, but you know.
Yeah, but position the phone to your ear and mouth good, because you loud in here. That means it's set in a way that I can go. We can increase it. So you have to. You're not speaking normally. You have to increase your voice.
This is Emmanuel King calling from Red Light.
Yes, let's hear you.
Yes, no, a few things into my attention. You know, it's good that people go on the street, say no to drugs. Yes, it's good. But something that drew my attention, the poor man is struggling, the rich man is poverty. But then it's just about put selling drugs, calling the other people, and not going to see children, I would say, they are poverty. But the same people calling the same. As the CFO going to do the pocket to tell him.
All right, Chief. Thank you.
Going to stop selling jobs in the country. Before going to pay other people because he says that it rain in the yard.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. We've got 9 minutes to go. 9 minutes to go. So let's read some of the comments. They too are following the show and they have been commenting. Let's take this one first. Hello.
Good morning, Mr. St. Andrew.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, this is Success Jones calling from all Mama Point.
Let's hear you.
I pray that the money issue will get you by the grace of God. Mr. St. Andrew, to go to the point here, just will never move on in because Waka son said in church. When you put a church and the habit of the horse, the more is. Because people just for him. That person is like people are selling just for him. He speak up with his Famaka face. God, people are selling just for them. So just will never move on in Mama Labro. They cover making in power with La. They insulted the former leader. But they are for just. They have a lot of things to say. Now they can't in power, just take over. So taking over. They put in so on our prayer and feet, on our sister and feet. They got so many like in Baka with him. Yeah, this way yesterday just keep on Twitter. He passed through my claim account. It's going to Mama Labro. So the president got people are selling jobs for him. So they had jobs for him, Mama Labro. Then they went yesterday, they go t-shirt, they go protest against jobs. When you guys know people selling jobs for you, you're fooling us or what you're telling us.
They cover me, God will punish me. I will bless you.
Thank you too. Have a great weekend. Hello.
Yeah, but I'm saying good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Okay, many thanks for the topic. You know, people think we are innocent people. They try to run an incomplete campaign, thinking that the citizen will say the government is very serious about drugs. Yesterday, I saw my policeman, my real policeman. You know, many people give me t-shirt. I said, what do you want to do then? He said, man, I got to go. I just got to go. So they're running an indirect campaign. But I'm sorry for them. They missed it back. The Liberian people, we are aware of what they are on. So let them go ahead. They say already, but their own people say. Thank you, sir.
Thank you too. Have a great weekend. Hello. Hello?
Hello.
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much, my dear brother of Mr. Antu. Let me say good morning to you and good morning to the Kids family for the brilliant work for Liberian people. For the recognition, shut up, man. Shut up. For the recognition for the public and pocket Robert. And I join you this morning for our unknown destination. You see, people, Andrew, for Mr. Baka to be fully himself and say fully Liberian people like 20 jobs, is very laughable. If Mr. Baka not a first job, if Mr. Baka start from his backyard, Mr. Baka front is a complete, how they call it, importer of the jobs. It's the public asking question. The guy that was in a photo with Mr. Baka, where is that guy? That guy that had a United Party t-shirt on him. That was in a photo with a huge quantity of jobs. If the public asking Mr. Baka, where is that guy? That guy is not in no police custody. That guy is not in no prison compact. That guy has been released on the order of Mr. Baka. And you think they make sure for jobs? It's a mad joke. And guess what? No time person our mother that was in the ring yesterday because we know how happy they was in when they see the chairman going from our contrary than the way they expected them to go. So we stay with them. But for Mr. Baka, we don't stay with Mr. Baka for the job because Mr. Baka is not serious for jobs. If he's serious for jobs, Mr. Baka will bring a soul to both. That's Baka. Yesterday, a four gentlemen were arrested to sell the polo. You know who that gentleman was in police for? Watch it for today. That gentleman are arrested to sell the polo will be released soon. That guy will bring a job at Satan Baka. See what terrible stuff I'm getting you. That guy will be released. That guy that was arrested yesterday will not go to no prosecution. They will bring a job at Satan Baka. They gave me a Baka sell for a job. That was a mad joke. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, too, for spicing up the show. All of you, I appreciate. Thank you so much. We've got to go. Time is of the essence. Broadcast is all about time. But before we go, let me run you through. Not a surprise. We expect, and it is, almost all of the newspapers on the newsstand carrying as their headline what happened on yesterday. Let me run you through as quickly as I can, just the headlines. The Liberian investigator is carrying it as its headline saying, "Our children are falling." The Women Voices newspaper, Liberians raise red flag to Buakai, demand urgent action to combat rampant drug crisis. The Analyst newspaper, citizens demand drug-free Liberia, march to pressure government, fight distressing drug epidemic. The Inquirer, no to drugs, the cry of a mother that shocked Liberians nationwide. The Heritage, not under my watch, President Bouaka launches aggressive war on drugs. The Hot Pepper newspaper viciously attack the menace of illicit drugs. Thousands turn out to petition government. The News, Liberians stand against drugs, say no to drugs. Verity newspaper, Black Thursday, anti-drug protesters march on Capitol. And The Independent National Pandemic, Liberian slum countries upsetting drug crisis, and the Daily Observer, petitioners push for harsher penalties for drug offenders, call for 20-year minimum prison sentence. Just a preview of what the papers reporting as their headline. Well, that's it. That's all the time we've got to be on the show. Thank you ever so much. This is how. Let's talk about it. Recess for this week to return afresh on next week, Monday. Thank you for being with us. And thank you all for expressing your concern, your sympathy, your empathy with our dear brother and professional colleague Israel Ball. We are here, who is not feeling well. He's sick and he's undergoing medical treatment so that he is ready to serve you fresh on Monday. And Jenem Pesima, who is also recovering, undergoing treatment, having been saved by God from a terrible accident, with which these two great colleagues of ours speedy recovery. Sorry, I know I couldn't do it. I thought that could help, but no, you'll be increasing Israel illness. Yeah. So somewhere, if I give Israel number to you and I'm forgetting, hey, Israel said will go off because the calls here and there, some of you, when your calls there, you'll start crying. All kind of things, you can increase. That's why in the hospital, the doctors can allow telephone, nobody call, because the matter, the idea is simple, it's psychological. Yeah. You got your other person calling, or say the other person calling, the person will have no time to rest and all of that, just be embarrassing. The person will call here and there. Yeah. So that's why again get Israel number, but you can call Israel on the internet. He on the internet 24/7 or 24/7 his internet on. So when you call, he will answer. Yeah. Sorry, I couldn't do that. That will be unprofessional and embarrassing to him. And unprofessional on my part, you gave his number. All of you, you'll be bombarding. Oh, Israel, we hear you say go. Israel say, I just say go. We're having a when Israel put the phone down, less than no time before you can even put it down, 2-3 calls. Well, Israel, the body said no time to rest. Yeah. So I beg you, please, you understand it that way. Israel will be here on Monday by God's grace. Monday will be here to serve you people. I know all of you miss your usual and favorite host. Yeah, but just bear it. We're already in the next week. Today is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Israel is back. Let's see. If he recovers in time, he might be here for state and religion. Yeah, state and religion. Yeah, state and religion. You know, this whole thing that the government deny that they say, no, I want in that rumor. We ain't coming for taxes on churches. We ain't coming to talk about duty free to the churches. We ain't regulating churches. So the place coming from, we ain't know about it. Maybe it come from the other side. So that one there for state and religion. If Israel recovers in time, he might be here for that on Sunday from 4 o'clock. If not, then you will see and hear him on Monday. Hopefully, if Jenna recovers in time too, she might be here. If she's unable, she can recover in time, and you will still be missing her. But we hope that the two will recover in time to return to work. That's all the time we've got for Let's Talk About It. Thank you ever so much. Recess for this week. Coming up at 10:30, another thought-provoking discussion, issues in society with Stephen Conter. You don't want to miss it. Join him for that. I'm Sam Andrews. This is how we go home.